In this video, I'm going to talk you through what type of silver you should buy. There are a couple of things that you can do to determine the quality of your silver. And the first thing is to check the stamps. Most of the companies providing silver to you will stamp or engrave the company name and the silver content on the metal. Of course, it's very easy to forge those stamps, so stamps alone are not enough for you to be 100% certain. And the second thing to check are certificates. Now, if the company is reputable, they will provide you with a certificate that will give you the actual weight of the silver and its purity to provide you with some kind of proof that what you're getting is really good. Of course, these documents are easy to falsify as well, so the fact that you have a certificate doesn't guarantee that you're not being duped. The best thing that you can have is a strategy when you purchase silver from someone new. So the first thing to do is to buy a little bit of silver, literally just a couple of ounces, and then go and check it with a professional. Go to a professional who will tell you what the actual purity of the silver is, and if you're satisfied with what you find out, then you can come back to your original seller and buy more from them. Obviously, at this point, you don't want to fork out everything you have just to buy everything. Instead, buy a little more and check that batch as well. Just go back to your expert and check the purity of the silver again. This way you'll be able to make sure that you're not being given a different type of silver than you've bought previously. After you're happy with what you've received, you can go back the third time and buy even more silver. This time you can be pretty sure that what you're going to get is a high quality silver, and you can feel confident about spending more on that purchase. Okay, now I want to talk about junk silver. The term junk silver is used by countries such as the United States, Canada, and the United Kingdom and Australia to denote items that contain silver but are not necessarily up to the standard that an investor would seek. For example, your family's silverware is probably not something an investor will be looking for, but nevertheless it's valuable and it's silver. The same applies to many old coins that have other metals in them. Obviously, coins and other collectibles are just a little bit more expensive than just buying raw blocks of silver, and that's because the sellers of those collectibles expect you to understand the value of the item comes from the fact that it's a coin, or it has a pattern on it, or that it's been handmade, and so on. And they're going to ask you to pay for the fact that the coin is unique. If you're not interested in that, then you'll be much better off, and it's a much better decision financially to invest in regular silver. On the other hand, if you don't have a huge amount of money to invest and you just want to kind of play around with the idea of buying and selling silver, then collectibles might be a good idea for you. This is a good start, and it will get you on the right track when it comes to dealing with silver. If you buy junk silver, you're not going to be spending much money, and you'll still be able to learn from the experience and practice what it takes to be successful when trading silver. That knowledge alone makes it worthwhile for you to invest in junk silver. So if you have just a couple of $100 to work with, then I encourage you to do this. If you're in the United States, then you may already have come across a lot of junk silver every day in the coins that you have when buying goods and services. Check the dates and start to keep any old silver coins minted prior to 1965. Today, you rarely see these pre-1965 US 90% silver coins in circulation because, although these coins are still legal tender, their actual value is substantially higher than the coin's face value. But since they're out there, keep your eyes open for them, and you could start a silver collection with no actual investment capital. As we know that there are different types of investors and different kinds of silver would meet their needs. Basically, there are two types of silver investment for the beginner to look into. The first is the traditional one, and that is to buy an amount of material silver which is sold in different shapes. The second, more abstract way is buying shares, funds, accounts, and certificates. Material silver can be bought in bigger or smaller pieces, and these can be in the form of bars or coins or jewelry in different states of purity, and even in abstract shares and funds. Well, let's just take a closer look at all this. Of According to standard, silver bars are made of 99.9% pure silver or 0.999 fine silver. And there are different sizes and weights from less than 1 ounce up to about 1,000 ounces. The most common sizes offered on the market are 1 kilogram, 1 ounce, which is 31.1 grams, 10 ounces, which is 311 grams, and 5 grams. Silver bars are sold from specialized traders, and in some countries you can get them over bank counters. Coins can be bought either as original coins, such as old US half dollars, quarter dollars, and dimes, which until 1964 were made of 90% silver or 22.5 grams of silver per dollar. However, many countries used silver coins in the first half of the last century. But since the 1960s, minting silver into circulating real money coins isn't tenable for governments because of the significant increase in the value of silver during the last century. So silver has almost completely been substituted by other alloys. The second type of silver coins are bullion coins minted out of 99.9% silver bars as a raw material. Now, different countries minted collectible silver coins in different years between 1988 and 2009, and the most common ones are Canada, Mexico, China, America, Australia, Great Britain, Austria, and Russia. The standard bullion coin weighs 1 ounce with different degrees of purity, although there are some other varieties of size available. Apart from governmental coin mintings, there are also numerous privately minted silver coins, and these are called rounds. It's common for